And good evening, football fans, and welcome to the second round of the 2024 UHSAA 6A Football State Tournament here on KSL Sports Rewind as we welcome you to Lone Peak High School for a 3-14 matchup. It's the 14th seed Herriman Mustangs taking on the 3 seed in the Lone Peak Knights. A happy Friday evening to you all. Matt Coma alongside Dave Harrison. And Dave, we got a good matchup here tonight. 9th meeting all time between these two squads, and one of these teams is going to move on to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch Lone Peak and Herriman. Lone Peak's really loaded with talent. Should be a good one.
As Lone Peak gets us started, this one goes into the end zone for a touchback. The Knights won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half. So we'll see the Herriman offense for the first time tonight. And Herriman, a struggle in the first season under new head coach Matt Rickards. Spent a lot of time at Kearns. Now takes over the helm at Herriman High. A 3-7 record on the season for him. But Dave, a lot of potential here. We talked with the coaching staff beforehand. Nothing to lose for this Mustang program as they come into tonight.
Yeah, they've got to lay it out all on the line tonight. They can't hold anything back. This Lone Peak team, you can't make mistakes against them and expect to win. So Herriman needs to play an almost perfect game tonight.
First and 10 from the 20 as Herriman gets going on offense tonight. As Bryce Benson quickly over the far side and wrestled down in the backfield.
Calvin Leava'a.
Yeah, that's Calvin Leava'a with the tackle for loss. And this Sinji Lone Peak defense, arguably the best defense in the state of Utah. Bob Militalo back in the lineup tonight for him. He'll be a huge playmaker for this Knights defense, but they're stout across the board.
They're fast, they're big, they're disciplined, well-coached football team. I expect they're gonna make it tough on Herriman.
So that was a loss of 2, 2nd and 12 here now as Benson going to take a deep shot near side, looking for Hatch, and it's incomplete. Good coverage there from Landon Goff, one of the highlight secondary players for Lone Peak tonight.
They're really strong in their secondary. Both corners are fast, they're big, they cover well, they've got good hands, and a lot of times you don't see those kind of ball skills on the defensive side of the ball, but Lone Peak's done a nice job, you know, all the way defensively, and it really starts up front. When you've got a D-line like Lone Peak's got, it frees those DBs and linebackers up to play a little bit more aggressive.
Landon Goff, 5 interceptions on the season. Him and Jaden Mayberry combined for 11 interceptions. That's the most for any school here in the state of Utah. 3rd and 12 here for Herriman. Benson, 3rd time back to throw. Far side, and it's broken up. Valgartson, the one to break it up and brings up 4th down.
Good start for the Lone Peak defense, kind of what we expected. They're going to ball hawk. They're going to put pressure on Herriman. You would have liked to see Herriman get some positive yardage. They started out with that screen, and they just didn't get their tackle out there to block that corner and kind of put them behind the chains a little bit.
So Riker Sidal, who comes out to punt for the first time tonight. Mayberry and Goff back to return. This one is a high kick, a lot of air under it. It's not going to get too far, and it takes a Lone Peak bounce all the way back to near the 35, and the Knights will start their first drive in Herriman territory, as we'll see Kepa Niamitolu and this Lone Peak offense come on for the first time tonight.
Kepa's a fantastic quarterback. He's got a ton of poise. I had the opportunity to coach him last year at Alta, and smart kid. He's sees the game. It slowed down a lot for him about the second half of the year last year, and he started to make some big plays. And Lone Peak uses him to run a little bit more than we did, and he's been extremely effective.
So 1st and 10 here for Lone Peak from the 36-yard line. Niamitolu going to pitch it off to Ty Cogswell, one of the many tight ends for Lone Peak. He gets the corner and gets about 6 on 1st down.
Timing was off on that a little bit on the motion. He was supposed to start in motion a little bit before the snap, but he got great blocking out front and picked up a big gain on 1st down.
Gain of 7 on the play, 2nd down and 3.
Able to pick up 7 on 1st down. Cogswell, one of the many tight ends, as I mentioned. Him, Bear Tenney, Ike Staley also in there. Tenney out for the season, though, with the season-ending injury, though. Ike Staley injured in that game against Westlake 2 weeks ago. They spread things out, 2nd and 3 here. They'll fake the handoff. Keppa over the middle, and that one's broken up. Good defensive play there for the Mustangs as Taylor Hatch gets in there to break it up, brings up third down.
Looked like a little RPO action where he had the choice of handing the ball off or pulling it and throwing it. The DB dropped, so anytime you've got a slant running in front of a dropping DB, that's a good read. I like this Lone Peak run game. I would expect that we're going to see a little bit of that right here.
Sam Wright in the backfield with Keppa here on 3rd and 3. They'll give it to Wright. Charges through the middle of the pile. He's got the first down and more, as he'll be stopped at the 23, gain of 6 and a new set of downs.
Great job, just straight zone there by Lone Peak. The offensive line moved the line of scrimmage about 4 yards before there was any contact on the running back, and that's such a great when you're an offensive coordinator and you can hand the ball off on 3rd and 4 and you pick up 7.
The Knights have 2 feature backs in the game tonight. We have Sam Wright and Sean Tahi, both of those kids with over 400 rushing yards on the season, as Wright gets the carry on first down, gets through the first level, second level, fighting his way to the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown, Lone Peak.
Austin Pay opened up a huge hole, and really a huge running lane for Lone Peak to get into the end zone. That's a great start for Lone Peak. Good job by the O-line, good job by the play caller. Fantastic start.
23-yard score for Sam Wright. Brecken Carr on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good, and with 10-10 to go, one drive, one touchdown for Lone Peak. They lead 7-0 early. So for Wright, that is going to be touchdown number 4 for him on the season on the ground.
Really good job by the offensive line. I like the way Lone Peak calls their plays. They're not afraid to run the ball in passing situations. When you've got that kind of an offensive line, you've got the confidence to be able to do that, and they've done a good job. And with Keppa at quarterback, makes good decisions. He's a good leader. He's a great teammate. Lone Peak, in my opinion, is my pick to win the 6A state championship this year.
It kind of comes down to the Final Four. I assume we'll talk about it as we get throughout tonight's game between the Corner Canyon, Lehigh, Skyridge, and Lone Peak. One of those 4 teams most likely will take the 6A crown this year, as that one heads into the end zone for a touchback. Lone Peak, of course, they upset then number 7 in the country, Corner Canyon, earlier in the season. Had the loss to Skyridge, but bounced back with a win against Lehigh. So all 4 of these teams kind of have seen the best shot of everybody, and they've kind of traded blows throughout the regular season.
Yeah, Lone Peak's schedule is tough from top to bottom. They might have had 1 or 2 games that weren't, but they've played the best teams in the state, and they know where they stack up. They know how to win those games.
So Herriman back to work here. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Pass far sides, connects with Riker Renteria, who's picks up about 9 on first down.
Great first down play call. Lone Peak's dropping almost into a cover 4 look with their corners dropping at the snap, and they give you a 5-yard cushion. So those are those 5-yard holes in a defense that you have to be able to take as a play caller. Good job there by Herriman.
Spread out 4 wideouts here on 2nd and 1. So they'll send Abercrombie in motion.
Looks like man coverage, probably see a blitz.
Or excuse me, that's number 6 down there. That's Stetson Jones in motion. He comes back over to the near side. They'll hand this one off. First carry of the night for Kyler Bueller, and he's got a first down for Herriman.
Good job moving the sticks for Herriman. Junior Tahi coming off that DN. Makes a nice tackle, but 2nd and 1, so they got the first down. Now they're going quick.
Mustangs quickly to the line, 1st and 10. Benson to throw once more, throws far side. That skips into the hands of Valgerson on the far side. A little miscommunication over there, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, it looked like he was hoping for him to sit down at about 8 yards. He just kept running. Kind of lucky there that didn't get picked off and taken back.
Mentioned Mayberry and Goff for this secondary. Van Gardson's got 3 interceptions as well, so a very dangerous secondary for Lone Peak here. Again, Herriman with 3 wideouts this time. Send Holverson in motion, now hand off, and Bueller able to get through the first level and near the 40, picks up 8 on a big run there.
Lone Peak likes to put junior Tahi, number 9, in a position where it forces the offense to block him with a running back. And that time it looked like he went through the same gap as his D tackle, and that opened up a hole.
Benson keeps it on the read option, and he's got the first down, picks up 3, and Mustangs starting to move the ball here on their second drive tonight.
Really good job that time. Good read by the quarterback. And again, that 2 first downs, I'd like to see that from Herriman. They're running an up-tempo pace right now. Kind of got Lone Peak a little bit on their heels.
Got a bunch formation on the far side. 3 wideouts over there on the left. Is Benson going to come near side, looking for Hatch, and it's intercepted by Goff. And he'll be wrestled down inside the 30, but Landon Goff gets interception number 6 on the season and gives the ball back to the Knights.
Schematically, as an offensive coordinator, when you've got man coverage like that and no safety help, that's your read. He makes the right read, but sometimes personnel make up for that, and that time Goff shows why he's one of the top DBs in the state. Good job by Lone Peak defensively to stop that drive by Herriman.
Lone Peak defense gets the first turnover of the night. They'll start 1st and 10 from their own 29 this time. 3 wideouts. Also put Tahi in the backfield. It's Keppa to throw on 1st down. Pressure's coming, takes a shot as he throws. He's got Cogswell out there just a little too far as Niametoa took a shot on that one.
Pass falls incomplete.
Just a little strong on that throw. He had a step down the sideline. Keppa's got a fantastic arm. He's got one of those effortless balls that kind of like Warren Moon used to have back in the day, that just perfect tight spiral. It doesn't look like he really has to put a lot into it, and it goes 50, 60 yards. So
Keppa able to stay in there after taking that shot on 1st down. They'll go 2nd and 10 here. Fake the handoff and pitch it out to Christensen. Finds a seam and out past the 35. Pick up a 9 on that carry and brings up 3rd and short here for the Knights.
Lone Peak typically out of that formation, they're running a straight zone. That time they faked the guard tackle counter to the left, gave it back on the reverse. I like the play call. I hadn't seen that yet.
Give them the 10 yards, so it's a new set of downs here for Lone Peak. As they push it out to just about the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Herriman's going back and forth between an odd front and an even front. Now they're back into an even front.
Got 4 down linemen here on 1st and 10. And handoff to Tahi, who stutter steps and picks up 11 for another 1st down.
72. Jared Smith just took his defensive lineman down the field 10 yards and didn't have a chance.
A couple of big offensive linemen for Lone Peak on that offensive line. Austin Pay going to make his commitment tomorrow. The offensive lineman for the Knights, choosing between BYU, Oregon, and Oklahoma. Him along with Jared Smith. Pay a 6'7" senior. Jared Smith, a 6'4" senior on that offensive line. 1st and 10 at midfield. Keppa fakes the handoff, and that one's in and out of the hands of Cogswell.
Looked like Cogswell left his feet as a receiver when he maybe didn't need to.
And
timing was a little bit off there. It looked like there was a little bit of a pump fake. Maybe Keppa didn't have a hold of the ball, but brings up 2nd and 10.
Had one of the linemen lose his helmet on that play. That was number 56, Sione Moiaki, that has to come off for a play. Be 2nd and 10 from midfield here for the Knights. Drive number 2 on the night.
So far, this is their 3rd 2nd and 10, and they've run it the other 2 times. We'll see if they run the ball again here.
Got Tahi in the backfield for this 2nd down. 4 wideouts in the formation. They'll hand it off to Tahi. Takes it outside on the right, and it gets maybe 5 on that one before the Mustangs able to get some pressure on it. believe that's number 11. That would be
He's stopped by number 0.
maybe number 1, Braxton Hatch, actually, the one with the tackler. The free safety, one of the top tacklers in the state of Utah. Dave comes into tonight leading the team as a free safety with 80 tackles on the year.
Wow, that's a lot of tackles for a free safety. You'd rather see a linebacker with that number.
Talk with Coach Rickard, said he often comes in from that safety spot. As the Knights have 3rd and 6 here. Neome Tolu, play action pass, fires over the middle, Saley in and out of the hands and incomplete. Good coverage from the Mustangs. That was number 2, Drayton Stilson with the pass breakup, and it's 4th down.
3 vertical routes, and then the far side ran a 10-yard out. The 10-yard out was wide open on 3rd and 7. Typically, you're telling your quarterback, take that first down yardage, get what's there. Kempa had an open receiver just a little bit high, a little bit tall on the throw, and Herriman gets a stop.
So out comes Goff to kick this one away. And bounce ball, is able to get it off. Braxton Hatch will field it at his own 11. Looking to get the corner on the near side, and he breaks it out to the 25, a pick up a 14 on the return. So we'll see the Herriman offense back out there. They were able to move the ball a little bit, then getting close to midfield, but the interception stalled the drive on that second drive for Herriman.
Good job there by Herriman. A lot of times you'll see, especially in high school, they don't field the punt, and they let it bounce, and they lose yards. Good job that time by Herriman. Stilson with a nice block. Added another 10 yards onto the end of that run. So we'll see if Herriman can maintain a little bit of momentum offensively.
They'll have 3 wideouts this time on 1st and 10 from the 26. Send a man in motion. And they'll hand this one off. Getting through the first line is Bueller. And he picks up 9 on that first down. Getting a couple of good carries here for Herriman early on.
3 down linemen that time for Lone Peak, and the 2 DNs were what we call a wide 9, where they're outside of the tackle, ways outside of the tackle, and linebackers got caught up a little bit in the wash, and a good pickup of 9.
Trips to the left here, 2nd and 1. Knights rush 4, right over the middle. Good pass from Benson, and out to the 45 goes number 13. That's Riker Renteria, second catch tonight, and it's a first down for Herriman.
Really good job there. Got the ball out on time. That's a key, especially against a defense like this that brings a lot of heat. They've got a lot of pass rushers. You've got to get the ball out on time, find the holes in the zone, and they did a good job there. Another first down for Herriman.
5:40 and counting in our opening quarter. 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll hand off to Bueller again. Gets through the first tackle and out near midfield.
Herriman's found something with this
Number 5, Kyler Bueller, the ball.
Downhill running game. They've done a good job of taking what's there. Again, Lone Peak with the wide 9 techniques by the DNs. And the linebackers just getting lost a little bit in that down block by the guard.
After the 4-yard gain, 2nd down 6, Mustangs.
2nd and 6 now for Herriman from the 49. They'll send Jones in motion, and that causes a flag.
A little bit of a flinch by the left guard for Herriman. That's one of those things we talked about. Herriman cannot afford to make mistakes like that. And even though it's just a 5-yard penalty, it eliminates that 5-yard run they had on first down, and now puts them behind the chains.
Be 2nd and 11 after the false start penalty.
Yeah, you don't want to be in a must-throw situation against this Lone Peak defensive front. They'll bring pressure. They'll get home from Mulatalo on this side. Tahi, Liava, they're a good pass rushing team.
3 down linemen for the Knights here. 2nd and 11 for the Mustangs, and a fumbled snap. Racing back is Benson, who falls on it back at his own 33-yard line.
That bad snap was recovered by number 7.
Tough to tell if that was actually a bad snap or if the quarterback just took his eyes off it. A lot of times the center gets a bad rap when the quarterback just takes his eyes off it. And maybe he could have made a play there, but again, now you're 3rd and 20, and there aren't very many 3rd and 20 teams that are going to work against Lone Peak. I would look for some sort of a screen, screen or draw, try and get some yardage back, maybe get lucky, break a tackle, but this is a tough ask right here for Herriman's offense.
Make it a 3rd and 22 with 4 minutes to go. They need to get to the Lone Peak 45 for a first down. 4 wideouts here, and a timeout will be called by the Mustangs. So we'll take the timeout as well. 3:53 to go in our opening quarter. Herriman facing 3rd and long when we come back here on KSL Sports Rewind.
At Skin Science Institute, we offer top-tier educational experience in aesthetics, including the finest facility, the most comprehensive curriculum, and a team of highly experienced professionals. We take pride in our fun and exciting culture to give our students a positive learning environment while training on the best machinery the industry has to offer. We ensure our graduates not only receive the best education, but also step into their careers with confidence thanks to our robust job placement support. Start your journey as an esthetician today. Our monthly start dates and financial aid opportunities make it easy to jump in. Visit our website at www.skinscienceinstitute.com to schedule a tour and enroll now.
Welcome back to Lone Peak High School. 3:53 to go here in our opening quarter. We'll remind you that Lone Peak football is brought to you by the Skin Science Institute. Start your journey as an esthetician today. Visit skinscienceinstitute.com to schedule a tour and enroll now. That's Skin Science Institute, presenting sponsor of Lone Peak football here on KSL Sports Rewind. It's 3rd and very long here for Herriman as they'll send 4 wideouts into the formation here. Knights show pressure, 5 at the line. They'll back out of it as Benson takes the snap. Pressure comes up the middle, able to roll out. Still looking for options now, going to take it himself. Gets a good gain on that one, but only about to the 42-yard line. That'll bring up a 4th down.
You know, Benson did a really nice job of avoiding that sack in the backfield, the pressure. Once he got outside of the pocket, though, there wasn't a lot of scramble drill from the receivers. They all kind of just stayed in their spot. One should come back towards the quarterback, and one needs to go to the hole in the middle, and one needs to go to the end zone. He was looking for that. Still not a bad pickup on 3rd and 20.
So Riker Sidal on the kick. This one a much better kick because that's going to go all the way back to Goff. Fields it at his own 14. And Goff stood up by the Herriman defense at about the 22. And that would be number 31 for the Mustangs. That is Braxton Ostergaard with the tackle, and that'll bring this Lone Peak offense out. No problem moving the football on the first drive, but had a little bit of problem on that second opportunity.
Yeah, Herriman's really stepping up, playing pretty good defensively. I would expect you'll probably see a little bit more downhill run from Lone Peak. They've put the ball up deep a few times. Kind of probably get back to the bread and butter right here.
They'll hand this one off to Wright on first down, and fights his way out to the 30. Picks up about 6 on first down.
New Maui, another kid we coached at Alta, makes a nice play there for Herriman.
We've seen transfers aplenty all over the state of Utah this season. Kappa, of course, a Alta transfer as well.
And Calvin Liava'a, number 33, the inside linebacker. Another really good player we had at Alta. Glad to see him having so much success. They really love it here at Lone Peak. They're the welcoming, good folks here, good administration. They really like it.
2nd and 4 here for Lone Peak as they'll fake the handoff to Wright, then dumps over the middle. It's got Staley for the first down and more out past midfield, and a big gain for the Knights as they enter Herriman territory.
I love the tunnel screen. They did a nice job there. Kepa looked it off. He looked outside, then came back inside, moved that outside linebacker out of that hole, and Staley was there to pick it up. Good catch good run after the catch by Staley.
That's a pick up of 24 on that one for Staley. So Lone Peak in Herriman territory.
Every time they've run that inside zone straight downhill, they've picked up 6-7 yards.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go here in our first quarters. They'll hand this one off to Wright, and it's going nowhere as getting in the backfield is number 49 for the Mustangs. That is Bo Traver with the tackle for loss.
Really good job this time by Herriman. They ran a split zone, trying to get a little wider. They were able to to flow with that and pursue, and he made a nice play. Right, he went right off the tackle's backside, filled his gap really well.
Give him the forward progress, so it's only a loss of 1 on that one. 2nd and 11 here for the Knights. Second trip into Herriman territory tonight.
They've got 2 different looks out of their pistol. One where he's 7 yards deep, one where the back is 10 yards deep.
This one fakes the handoff. Niumatolu looking for a deep shot. Out there and making the catch is Aaron Park, and he's got the touchdown. There is a flag back at the 47-yard line. So we'll see if the touchdown stands or not.
Really nice throw there by Kappa. I was confused. I thought he was going to 11, but 11 broke it off on a little dig route at about 20 yards, and
holding on the offense.
It's coming back.
So that'll
10 yards from the previous spot. Replay 2nd down.
And the holding call will back up the Knights and take out the great touchdown pass. Instead, it'll be a loss of 10 on the penalty and brings up 2nd and long here for Lone Peak.
Kerry Woodbury, the white hat, one of the best officials in the state of Utah. Typically, you'll see him at least the semifinals, if not the finals, up at the U. So good officiating crew here tonight at Lone Peak.
So 2nd and 21 now here for Lone Peak. They're going to go 5 wideouts this time. Herriman was 6 at the line. And they'll rush 4. Actually rush 3 on the screen pass here. And Cogswell gets tripped up in the backfield. Down to the 39-yard line. Luke Abercrombie down there to help make the tackle for Herriman.
Yeah, Abercrombie did a really nice job that time. He stayed with his guy. Read that. The first time they ran that tunnel screen, he had a back that flared out, and he looked at that back, and it pulled that linebacker out. That time they were in an empty set, so he didn't have that look off like he did that first time around. So 3rd and 20.
3rd and 22 as we come down to the final minute of our opening quarter. Need to get to the Herriman 37 for a first down as Keppa looks to throw. Dumps it down. Wright's got some room in front of him. And he'll be wrestled down at the 43-yard line, about 6 yards shy of the first down, and maybe a decision here for Lone Peak.
Yeah, I thought they would go for it. I thought they would go for it, but they're sending out the punt team, and Herriman's holding their own. They got through the first quarter. They're only down 7. They've had a few first downs, but the big thing is they've stopped Lone Peak now on 3 straight dives.
So that will be the final play of our first quarter, as we've got 12 minutes in the books, and maybe a discussion here real quick before. Nope, we're okay. 12 minutes done here at Lone Peak High School. The Knights with a 7-0 lead. It's the 2nd round of the 6A playoffs here on KSL Sports Rewind. We'll be right back in just a minute. Welcome back, getting ready to start our second quarter here between Lone Peak and Herriman. Spot in the quarterfinals on the line here. Matt Comum, Dave Harrison with you tonight, and Lone Peak's going for it on 4th down, Dave.
Yeah, they like to run the kind of a veer look with the quarterback where he fakes the sweep, pulls it, follows his pulling guard. We'll see if we get that look this time.
4th and 6. Niumatolu going to throw. Looks near side. It's caught by Jashawn Mayberry. Able to drag the toes and picks up a big gain for a first down.
Yeah, Keppa spun that one nice. As soon as he hit that 3rd step, ball was out. Again, we saw that route open earlier in the first quarter, that 10, 12-yard out on the side, on the near side. He missed it the first time. This time he found him, and really nice play.
1st and 10. Knights.
Almost an impossible play to defend, too.
Pick up a 17 on that one and brings up 1st and 10 at the 25. Niumatolu going to hand it off to Tahi this time, and picks up 5 yards on first down.
To give this to number 23, Sean Tahi.
That's a really good play. Again, with an offensive line like Lone Peak's got, it's nice to have that weapon in your arsenal just to be able to hand it off, pick up 5 yards on first down, because then it opens everything up. And especially you get down here about to the 20, you're going to start to see the defense a little bit more aggressive up front, and you get some man coverage on the outside.
Tahi, just a sophomore for this Lone Peak team, comes into tonight. 489 yards in the regular season with 7 touchdowns on the ground. He's in the backfield here for 2nd and 5. Fake handoff, lob for the end zone, too far. Intended for Cogswell over there, and it brings up 3rd down.
Kepper reacted like he thought maybe he was going to run a go route. He ran more of a bang post, threw it over his head. Still, you got 3rd and 5 with this run game. Likely it's a run or 2 runs.
They do have Brecken Carr that can kick field goals. He's made 6 field goals on the season. His long for the season is 39 yards, so they are in his field goal range if they elect to go that way. But it's 3rd and 5 here. See what the Knights call. And it's Niumato going to hand off Tahi. Almost got out of that tackle, but he's tripped up at the 18-yard line, and it'll be 4th and short here for Lone Peak.
Kind of an RPO look that time, although I don't think Kepa was reading in. I think that was a straight give. Good job up front by Herriman to make that play, because it looked from here like he had a running lane and he was going to be able to break that out. But good job again by Maui.
So 2nd, 4th down of the drive here for Lone Peak. They keep the offense out here for a 4th and 2. They need to get to the 15 for that 1st down.
This is where I think you're going to see Kepa keep the ball.
Hasn't ran it yet so far here tonight. Is Cogswell in motion? And they'll give this one a Tahi. He's got the 1st down and tackled at the 14-yard line, and it'll be another 1st down here.
I like the play call again. Tahi's a good, strong runner. Tough to bring him down just with one guy. And again, the offensive line gets a good push up front, and it puts them in good position.
Hatch on the stop for the Mustangs.
Braxton Hatch with the tackle on that one. 1st and 10 now from the 14. They can still get one more 1st down to the 4.
14-yard line. 1st and 10, Knights.
Tahi again in the backfield here. 3 wideouts for Kepa. 4 Mustangs at the line as they'll fake the handoff, throw near side. Cogswell in and out of the hands, incomplete.
He's gone Cogswell's way a number of times tonight.
Had that one catch.
To bring that one in again, but
had that one catch on the 1st drive, but other than that, a couple of drops there for Cogswell.
that time Herriman had everybody outside of the defensive tackles. Outside of the nose guard, there was nobody in the middle of the field. I expect that the Lone Peak coaches probably saw the same thing I did. I don't know that you're going to get that same look, but that middle was wide open.
12th play of the drive here for the Knights. 2nd and 10. This one, another fake handoff, throws near side, and Staley can't catch this one, and brings up 3rd down.
Niuma's pass is incomplete.
Just a little bit off again, Kepa with that throw. At games like this, you know, even though Lone Peak comes in as a huge favorite, you've got to take care of business. And you let a team hang around. The longer they hang around, the more confident they become. So Lone Peak really needs to capitalize on this drive.
3 wideouts this time on 3rd down. Tahi in the backfield. See what the Knights draw up here on this 3rd and 10. Neil Mayatolu gonna take a shot for the end zone. Staley's there, but it's too far, incomplete. And now 4th down. 3rd time this time for the Knights, and I think this time they're gonna take the points and go for the field goal.
Yeah, 3 straight passes from the 15. All of them just a little bit overthrown. I'm sure Coach Broadbank's gonna have a little talk with Kepa, calm him down. He'll be fine, but you like to be able to get the ball in the end zone when you're down this far into the red zone. So
Brecken Carr comes on, 31-yard attempt here from the left hash, kicks up, got plenty of distance, but it hits the post and it's no good.
Man, it's so tough when you've got to rely on your kicker, and then they just such a tough thing to execute. Hits the upright, and hey, Herriman's defense has held again. That's 4 straight drives for Herriman that they've stopped, or 3 straight drives that they've stopped the Lone Peak offense. And this Lone Peak offense isn't easy to stop. They've played some of the best teams in the state, or they've played the best teams in the state and done really well. So
now from the 20-yard line,
hats off to Herriman's defense. It's a good start to the game for them.
So the Herriman offense comes out, 1st and 10 from the 20 after the missed field goal attempt. Stays 7-0 here with 9:27 to go in the quarter. See what Benson and the offense can pull up is that is number 12 for the Mustangs. It's Tahi with the first carry of the night for him.
That's a good hard run. He hit the hole hard. He had his shoulders low. Pad level was down. And they made a nice run there. And again, they've had some success against this Lone Peak defense with those wide ends being able to pick up 3 or 4 yards inside.
Pick up of 3, 2nd and 7 here. It's everybody near the line, and now a official's timeout. And it's, I think, one of the Knights. I think one of the Knights has a equipment malfunction. Looks like number 33, that is Calvin Leava'a, that has to leave for the play.
Calvin forgot his mouthpiece a few times last year as well.
2nd and 7 here for Herriman. Send a man in motion. Benson hands it off to Bueller, who gets out to the 25. Or excuse me, that's Tahi with the carry, excuse me.
Harley Carson on a nice trap block, kicked out the end, picked up a couple more yards inside. And again, that's tough running against the defensive line and linebacking crew that Lone Peak has. And so far, Herriman's done a pretty good job of being able to execute that run inside. See what they come up with on 3rd and 6. If they get corners that are playing off soft coverage, you can just take that little 6-yard hitch. And
Mustangs trying to set up the screen. They've got it. And out near the first down, depends on the spot. That was Stetson.
First down.
That's Stetson Jones that makes the catch, and he gets just enough. He gets a good spot, and it's first down Herriman.
He got popped. He's going to fill that tomorrow. But again, you've got to execute the little things, hanging onto the ball in traffic like that, converting a 3rd down. That's a big play for Herriman. See if they can maintain this, get down the field and get near the end zone.
1st and 10 from the 30 as Jones goes in motion.
Tons of pressure.
A little bit of a read option, handoff to Bueller looking for the edge. He's got about 5 yards on that carry.
Really great job. He set the defense up. He stepped into the hole and then bounced it, made that linebacker commit. Leava'a eventually got to him, but not until he picked up 5 yards. And they didn't have numbers on that side. That was a really great individual effort up there.
Pick up a 5, brings up 2nd and 5. 3 wideouts again. They'll send Renteria in motion, pitch it out near side, and it's broken up in the backfield. Getting there is Cade Hansen, one of the top linemen here for the Knights, gets the tackle for loss.
Really good job by Hansen. He dipped his shoulder, got underneath that crack block from the outside. Had he let himself get blocked, there was plenty of running room. So the play design was nice, but even better job by Hansen on that tackle.
3rd and 7 now for the Mustangs. 6:45 to go in our 2nd quarter. Just the lone wideout here on the near side. Everybody else bunched up on the right side of the line. As Benson, pressure's coming, and down he goes. Ball's loose, they fall back on it, but it's Bot Muatalo, first game back in 5 games, and he gets the sack for Lone Peak.
Yeah, he's a really big addition to this defense late in the year. He was hurt middle of the season. He started the year, had fantastic games early against Bingham and Corner Canyon. So for him to be back at this point of the season, that's a big gain for the defensive Lone Peak. And anytime you get to this point of your season, you've got injuries. And a lot of times the teams that are the healthiest are the teams that end up winning. So good for them to get him back.
Cooper Stosic also in there for the sack. As that snap is high, Siddall's got to go all the way back. And elects to try and run it here. Stays on his feet, the rest of the team in pursuit, and it's down to the 20, almost a near disaster, but it is the 2nd time tonight that Lone Peak will start in Herriman territory as the snap goes too high, and Siddall can't quite get it back for Herriman.
No, that's a punter's nightmare. The ball gets snapped over your head, and then you've got to try and make something happen. I was glad to see that he picked it up and ran with it because there wasn't any pressure on him. He still had time. He might have been able to get the kick away.
Do you think he had enough time to maybe get a kick away on that one?
If I would have been on the sideline, I would have been yelling, kick it, for sure. So again, Herriman's defense is in a tough spot. See if they can't make another stop.
Down at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 here for the Knights is the handoff to right, bounces off a tackler and gets about maybe 2 yards on that first down.
Kemper Castro, the D-end on the far side for Herriman, did a fantastic job. He stood his blocker up, shed him, made a play.
Kemper Castro, one of the sophomores on this Herriman team, also coming back from injury tonight. He'll make the tackle.
The last couple of, the last series inside the 20, they threw the ball. That time I like the run. See if they go back to it again here.
2nd and 8, give it back to Wright. He's got a couple there. Give him about 3 more yards on that one to bring up 3rd and 5.
Sam Wright, the ball carrier.
They've done a really good job running straight downhill. When they run that downhill zone, they've gotten a good push. Herriman, anytime that Lone Peak's gone off tackle or outside, Herriman's done a really good job of contain there.
The Knights were able to make it to the 14-yard line on the last drive before they had to go for the field goal. This time they're at the 13-yard line for 3rd and 5. Under 5 minutes to go till halftime. Neil Mayatolu, pressure's coming, able to roll out, fires near side for Mayberry. And he makes the catch inside the 10. He's right at the line to gain, and it looks like they'll give him the first down.
Kemper does a really nice job of keeping his eyes downfield, and he's always been that way. He's been able to, he throws the ball on the run almost maybe better than any of the quarterbacks we've had over the years. And I like that he keeps his eyes downfield, even though he runs the ball really well. That was a good job there.
So 1st and goal here for Lone Peak. And Kappa will go under center for the first time tonight. Dave mentioned the I formation here, and movement at the line. See if it's on Herriman or Lone Peak here, though.
Look like
false start. Number 72 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
It looked like Herriman flinched, but they didn't cross the goal, the line of scrimmage, and Lone Peak just moved. So
it's kind of a little sad we didn't get to see the I formation. You don't see that a whole lot at this level of the high school football game anymore.
They've run it a bit. They ran it against Lehigh some, and you know, I love it when you've got an O-line like this and you're down inside the 10-yard line and you've got a first down. Sometimes when you can impose your will on a team like that, it's really disheartening for a defense.
1st and goal from the 13 now after the false start. As Kappa looks to throw. Now going to go back far side. Over there is Cogswell, and can't make the catch.
What a great play by the defensive back. I can't see who it is yet, but a fantastic play.
Now you have Braxton Hatch, who's been everywhere for Herriman in the secondary tonight. He gets the pass breakup.
It's not very often that when a team rolls everybody to one side and then sends a receiver back out the backside that the DB can stay with it, but he did a really good job staying with his man. Keppa made a really nice throw, just a little bit better defensive play by the DB there.
And that's 6'8" on 6'1" there as well. Hatch at 6'1", Cogswell at 6'8" on the stat sheet. Still able to get the pass break up. 2nd and goal now is the reverse over the far side for Mayberry. He's trying to get through, and we get a flag down at the 15 as he's brought down at the 13. This one might be coming back even more here.
It might have been a hold, or it might have been, it looked to me like maybe there was a face mask. And it might be called on the offensive player. It looked like with the stiff arm, he might have got a hold of a face mask. Over the last few years, you've seen that call a little bit more made here in Utah.
So wait to see the call from the officials here. Could be a pretty big play here. If it is a face mask, that's 15 yards back.
Well, Herriman's walking backwards, so it must be against them.
It looks like it is on the Knights.
Really great job defensively.
Foul, face mask. Number 5 on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Will remain 2nd down.
So the penalty will back him up to the 28-yard line. And Dave, you called it, the face mask on that stiff arm.
If for years you were able to tell your running backs, you can hit the guy in the face, you can grab his face mask, you can do whatever you want, they won't call it. But a couple of years ago, they made it a point of emphasis for the officials that they were going to call that, and that hurt. So we'll see if they get man coverage on the top side. Now they've got safety help both.
Started this drive at the 18. They're back to the 28 now for second and goal. As three wideouts near side, Niumatalolo going to just dump it off to right, and he gets back near the red zone down at the 20.
Good pickup, second 20. You're not looking to get all 20 yards. You're looking to take 10 yards, 15 if you can get it, and they did a good job. Linebackers drop, corners, safeties all drop, left the back out wide open. A good read there by Keppa.
So third and goal upcoming here for the Knights from the 20. So we're now under 3 minutes to go in our second quarter. Clock at 2:40 and counting. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Four wideouts for Niumatalolo and right in the backfield. Kappa to throw. Good pocket. Fires over the middle. Almost intercepted. Getting a paw on it was number 33. That would be McCray Parker with that pass breakup.
Parker did a fantastic job of sinking into the zone. Really, when you're looking, they ran a little switch concept on the outside where the outside receiver came off inside, released on a dig route, and really good job there by Parker to break that up. Kepp was lucky that didn't get picked off.
So Carr back out there. This one will be a 37-yard field goal attempt. Hit the upright on the last one. This one's got enough on it as well. And this one finds its way through for the field goal.
Another great job by Herriman defensively. Of course, the penalty really hurt Lone Peak there, but look, they've held Lone Peak several times inside the 10-yard line and given up just 10 points. That's a win for the Herriman defense.
So after starting the drive at the Herriman 18-yard line, the Knights have to settle for the field goal. Makes it 10-0 here in this second round matchup. Want to thank some more of our sponsors for Lone Peak football. It's brought to you by Burt Brothers, where auto care is done better. Also brought to you by Popular Commercial Loans. For $2 to $100 million commercial loans, call Popular Commercial Lending Group at 801-694-6281.
After a drive of -1 yards.
So, credit to the Herriman defense. They've been able to hold the Lone Peak offense off the score sheet for most of the night, but now it's just a time for the offense to maybe try and get something going here.
Yeah, it would really be great for Herriman if they could somehow get some points on the board at the end of this half. Defensively, I'm really impressed with Herriman's front seven. They've done a good job. They haven't sent a lot of pressure. They haven't brought 6 or 7 or 5 or 6 guys. They've stayed pretty basic and just made plays.
Kind of an interesting formation here for Herriman. Got 3 or 4 people back to field this one. As a line drive kick from Carr is going to make it all the way to off the glove of Jones. That one will be a touchback as that one goes into the end zone. Almost a disaster there for Herriman.
Yeah, you always want to be able to field those kickoffs like that clean, and it just took kind of a bad hop right there at the end and went over his head. Fortunately, in high school, as soon as the ball crosses the goal line, it's dead, and they take it out to the 20.
So the Mustangs will start at their own 20-yard line with 2:19 to go here. They do have 2 timeouts left to go here in the second quarter, and points before the half would be a big win for this Mustang program.
Yeah, first play, you want to pick up yards. Somehow find 5 or 6, 7 yards, figure out which corners or DB's playing off, just take the soft spot, pick up positive yards on first down.
Benson will hand this one off to Bueller on first down, and that one goes nowhere. Good pressure from the Lone Peak defense.
They had overloaded the left side of the defense that time. Unfortunately for Herriman, that's where the play call went. Had he been able to break that one tackle, there was nobody there.
So no gain, 2nd and 10. Andy Stice and Leava with the tackle there is Benson stays in the pocket, throws into double coverage, and it's intercepted. But there is a flag down. That would be Goff's second interception, but we'll see what the flag is.
Oh, that's a tough call. It looked to me like the DB went up both hands to get the ball. I don't know if he bumped him off his route before he got to the ball, but it looked to me like they were both trying to high point the ball.
There was double coverage there. I don't think Goff got a piece of him, but
interference. Number 2 on the defense.
and they do.
Well, it's just what Herriman needed. I mean, they needed to figure out a way to get a first down, start moving the ball. Still a minute 47 left in the half. Again, as a play caller, under 2 minutes, you're just looking to pick up what they give you. And typically a defense is going to give you something in 2-minute offense. And you can see here they're 10 yards off. Take a little 5-yard hitch, turn, pick up 6-7 yards. Take what they give you.
1:47 to go. First and 10 from the 35. Benson back to throw, far side, and almost intercepted again, right in the direction of Goff. That one,
yeah, there were soft spots on both sides of the field in the flat, but they didn't run any route. They ran a 12-yard out, which is about where the defense is going to play, is at about 12 yards when they're in a prevent like this. So, again, if it's me, I'm looking for a 5, 6, 7-yard hitch, find it, turn, pick up positive yardage. You don't want to go into a 3rd and 10, and you don't want to give Lone Peak the ball back.
1:41 to go. Clock stops after the incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now.
Take the 10 yards right now.
3 wideouts right side. Benson wide open is Jones, and he'll get out of bounds at the 41-yard line. You just mentioned it. Just a quick little pass play, and they get out of bounds.
Yeah, take what they give you, and they always are going to give you something. You see both corners playing way off. They're in a cover 4. Flats are going to be there. And again, typically on a 3rd and 5, you're not going to give up an easy flat throw like that, but we'll see what happens. We saw it in the Commanders-Bears game last week. The end of the game, They gave up a 13-yard pass to Jane Daniels and the Commanders, and they turned it into a Hail Mary touchdown. So
3rd and 4 here for the Mustangs. Need to get to the 45 as pressure's coming. Try to set up the screen, and it's incomplete. Good pressure from the Knights. That would be Junior Tahi with the break up there.
Junior Tahi.
And the Mustangs will punt this one away.
Really good job by Tahi. He's a fantastic player. He read that screen, closed the gap, blew it up before they could get it going. So now Lone Peak's in their mind. They're really happy. They're talking, we got to march it down the field, get in the end zone. Let's get some momentum offensively. So first thing they got to do is field the punt clean.
Sidal able to get this one away. Fielded over on the far side by Jaden Mayberry. And he'll be thrown down at the 34-yard line.
Jaden Mayberry fields the ball.
So now the Knights will get some a chance to put points on the board. 1:22 and 3 timeouts here for Niumatolu and the offense.
Yeah, all day, 1:22, you should be able to move the ball down the field pretty easily in that amount of time, especially if you've got the timeouts. And again, first play of 2-minute offense, you're looking to pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. Take what they give you. Don't get greedy.
They'll send 4 wideouts this time on 1st and 10 from their own 34. Tahi in the backfield. 4 rushers for the Mustangs. Kevin with all kinds of time. Fires on the middle, and again, out of the hands of Staley. And incomplete.
He had him early. It was a little cop route where he fakes like he's kind of running a corner route, puts his foot in the dirt, comes back inside. He was wide open on the break, and Kepa saw him, but he just didn't pull the trigger.
2nd and 10 now. Again, 4 wideouts.
Plenty of room on this weak side for this slot receiver.
Again, Mustangs rush 4. As Niumatolu going to go down the middle. Too far for Tahi. And incomplete.
Great concept against the cover 2. You get the safeties that split. You do a little bend route in the middle to split those safeties. Pretty good ball, just a little bit overthrown.
So it brings up 3rd down here for the Knights as The throws just haven't really been there for Keppa tonight, just a little bit off. Did not play in that Westlake game. Do you think that might be a factor tonight?
You know, I think it might be. Sometimes you get a little rusty.
It's 2 weeks off.
Playoffs are different. I mean, there's a different pressure regardless of your opponent because every possession matters.
3rd and 10 now. Mustangs trying to get some pressure as Niamatoa now scrambles out of the pocket, looking near side and dumps it off too far for Mayberry, but 3 straight passes, 3 straight incompletions for the Knights, and they'll punt the ball away.
Yeah, and all three plays, they had deep pass concepts going. Well, the first one was a drop, I guess, on the slant, but
in punt formation.
Again, in 2-minute offense, you don't need big plays, you just need positive plays. So Herriman will get the ball back under a minute. We'll see what they decide to do.
The Mustangs don't have anybody back to field this punt. They got too many men now on the field, and the flag will fly. As there was a lot of miscommunication on the Herriman sideline there.
That flag actually helps Herriman, even though it's against Herriman, unless it's a 10-yard penalty to give Lone Peak a first down. It still helps because they had nobody back to receive it, and that was a really good punt. It stopped about the 10-yard line. So
they brought 3 on and then didn't bring anybody off on that one. So
illegal participation, I bet.
So we'll see what the call is here from our officials tonight. No flag.
There is no penalty.
Wow.
There is no substitution, as the substituted players did not communicate with players on the field. 4th down.
So after all of that, Herriman had about 13 guys on the field, but they say no flag and they'll repunt.
And they're still running guys in. What a break for Herriman because they had nobody back to receive the punt.
Everybody coming for the kick is a line drive kick from Goff. It's going to be fielded at the 32. And that is Jones on the far side looking for somewhere to go and gets out to about the 46.
That inadvertent whistle or the waved off flag cost Lone Peak about 40 yards right there. At least 35. So break right there for Herriman. Plenty of time still, 43 seconds. And again, you're looking for the soft spot in the zone. Typically your flats are going to be there. Get the ball, take what you can get out of bounds.
So the Mustangs will start at their own 46. As Dave mentioned, only 43 seconds to go to halftime, but 2 timeouts. Would imagine they need at least about 30 yards to get into field goal range. Send a wide out here to the near side. Benson, pressure up the middle, rolls out of it, fires, and not caught on that far side. Looking for Braxton.
Bryce Benson's pass falls incomplete.
I believe that's Hatch. Taylor Hatch was the intended receiver over there.
You know, the flats there, they've got Leava's flying to the flat from his outside linebacker position, but, you know, you're in the shotgun, get the snap, take a step, throw the ball, you've got a guy open.
3 wideouts to the near, 1 to the far, 2nd and 10. 36 seconds to go. Quick pass near side, corralled by Renteria. It's out to midfield and spun out of bounds, but they say the forward progress, so the clock runs, and they'll call the timeout.
He's stopped by Toa. All
right, they got some positive yards. 3rd and manageable. You can still pick up 5-6 yards pretty easily. Typically against this kind of a prevent defense, there's going to be a hole there. You just have to find it, get the ball out on time.
So timeout Herriman. We'll keep it here with 26.3 seconds to go. It's going to be 3rd and about 6 here for Herriman. The short throws have been there for Herriman tonight. They've been kind of going for the deep shot, which kind of burned them in the first couple of drives here. But is there a certain way you would like to see the Herriman go with these final couple of plays here at the half?
Yeah, something quick. You know, if you go deep into the secondary of Lone Peak, you're playing kind of into their strength. They're really good at rushing the passer. They're really good at the back end of their defense. You need to find those little voids, and typically you're going to find that on the short side, flat. sometimes in the seam, a little sit-down route in the seam. There's almost always a hole there. So that's what I'm looking for. We'll see if they can get that ball out on time and avoid the rush and stay away from those tough DBs of Lone Peak's.
Ball spotted at midfield. They need to get to the 44 for the first down. 3rd and 6 here for Herriman.
6-yard curl right here.
4 wideouts this time as Jones goes in motion. Benson back to throw. Again, sets up the screen to Renteria, and it's blown up in the backfield as Tahi comes up with a tackle. And another timeout potentially called here. At least clock is stopped.
Again, really good pursuit that time by the defensive line and linebackers of Lone Peak. Anytime you've got 3rd and short, you like to throw the ball, get downfield a little bit. The screen, and I get why you want to throw a screen. You scout it, you know that they're going to bring pressure and there's going to be a lot of heat, but as well as the defensive line pursues for Lone Peak, that's a pretty tough ask.
So interesting call, I think, from the Herriman side. They call the timeout. It's 4th down here for Herriman, back in their own territory now with 19 seconds left.
Yeah,
I'd say, do you go for a play here, or?
Well, no. I mean, at this point, you want to kick it away. Really, if you just let the clock run out for the half,
if you're going to kick it, why go for the timeout?
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I'm sure there's a logical reason for it.
So the offense is going to come back out for Herriman here. They'll most likely go for it here on 4th and 9.
4th down 9 for the Mustangs.
They'll send 4 wideouts in the formation here as Lone Peak tries to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, Lone Peak wasn't ready for that.
And Lone Peak's going to take timeout. Is there a little bit of confusion on the Knights side this time?
Lone Peak, first charge timeout.
I think Lone Peak is as surprised as we were that Herriman sent the offense back out on the field.
That's Herriman trying to, I'd say it makes sense trying to get some points on the board before the half. It's a 10-0 game. Lone Peak will get the ball to start the second half, so whatever points you could get from the Herriman standpoint, that'd be fantastic for him before the half.
Yeah, that'd be a huge bonus, but whereas they haven't had any luck throwing the ball down the field other than maybe one 10 or 15-yard ball. It's a tough ask at this point. I think you want to kick the ball away, get the ball as far down the field as you can. You don't want Lone Peak coming out. They got some speed that they can get, and Kepa's got the arm. He can put it down there. And you don't want to throw an incomplete pass here. I guess the clock's going to stop regardless if it's a change of possession, but
the offense is coming back out, Dave. Yeah, so they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Well, you got to hand it to Coach Rickards. He's playing to win and taking advantage, and hopefully he gets something here. Playing a cover 4 shell.
5 wideouts for Herriman here. 4th and 9. 19.5 seconds left. Send Owens in motion. Benson rolls, fires far side. He's got a man out there, but incomplete. Over the head of Cooper Grundy, and it's a turnover on downs.
All right, well, Lone Peak's got 13 seconds left. You can get 2 plays off here, maybe 3 if you get one really quick. Kepa's got plenty of arm strength. He can get the ball into the end zone.
Sounds like an Arrow Custom Homes turnover to me.
If it's me, I'm trying to pick up 10 to 15 yards on the sideline with an out. We know he's got that arm strength. He can get the deep out. Give yourself a chance to run a route combo into the end zone on the last play, or even get into field goal range.
Need to get to about the 25 to get into Brecken Carr's field goal range. 13 seconds left, 2 timeouts here as they spread it out. Niamatolo alone in the backfield, 5 wideouts. Quick pass over the middle's got Jashawn Mayberry out to the 30. And tackled with 7 seconds left and timeout Lone Peak.
Really great job there by Kepa, taking what they gave him. They played the sidelines. They weren't giving up the deep out. There was a huge void in the middle of the field. He found his guy. you still might you don't really have time to get into the end zone and then try and kick a field goal. So they've got to decide if they want to try and pick up another 5 or 10 and give your kicker a little better chance to get the field goal, or if you're going to take a shot into the end zone.
It would be a season high from here for Wrecking Carr. If they do elect to go for the field goal here, it'd be about a 47-yard field goal if they elect to go that route.
You know, if you coach your kids up and tell them, look, as soon as you catch the ball in that void like he just had it, get down.
They do have the one timeout.
Yeah, you've got the timeout, and the first down kills the clock. So you've got some options here. You don't necessarily need to go to the sideline and get it out of bounds. But you may have time for 2 plays, but highly unlikely.
So the offense goes back out here, 1st and 10 from the 30. 4 wideouts with Tahi in the backfield. 7.1 left here before halftime.
Some sort of route to split the safeties.
Amatolu. This will be most likely the final play. Mayberry makes the catch with 1.6 left. They get the timeout at the 8-yard line, and now a potential decision maybe here on this final play of the half.
Looks like they're sending out their kicker. Kepa spun that one nice. They did a good job. It looked like he saw kind of what we were seeing. 2 safeties deep. They split. He found that little bend route in the middle, and they coached him up. He got down to kill the clock. Really good job there of execution by Lone Peak in the last few seconds.
So they spot the ball at the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, but there's only 1.6 seconds left. No timeouts for either side. We saw Carr come out for that field goal attempt. Looks like he's in the huddle for this timeout as well. A field goal would make it would be only a 2-score game.
I was kind of just thinking that same thing. This may be a time you fake it.
Wrecking Carr does have a fake field goal for a touchdown. He did it in the Timpview game early in the season, so he does have that in his bag if this is the way Lone Peak wants to go. At the moment, it's a 26-yard field goal right in the middle of the field.
Wrecking Carr to attempt the field goal.
He's 1 for 2 so far tonight. That one is up, and he missed it left.
That field goal is no good.
Herriman dodges another bullet there, and it's tough for a kicker. It's a little cold, and it is what it is, but at this level, high school kickers are not nearly as consistent as you see on TV every weekend, and so Herriman's still in the ball game.
So 2 missed field goals from the Knights. Just the 1 touchdown on the opening drive. That's the only offensive touchdown we've seen between these 2 teams. Is the Knights and the Mustangs head into the locker room. It's 10-0 here at the halftime break. We'll be back with the second half in about 15 minutes or so don't go anywhere. At the half, it's the Lone Peak Knights 10 and the Herriman Mustangs 0. You're watching the 6A second round playoffs here on KSL Sports Rewind. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Skin Science Institute, we offer top-tier educational experience in aesthetics, including the finest facility, the most comprehensive curriculum, and a team of highly experienced professionals. We take pride in our fun and exciting culture to give our students a positive learning environment while training on the best machinery the industry has to offer. We ensure our graduates not only receive the best education, but also step into their careers with confidence thanks to our robust job placement support. Start your journey as an esthetician today. Our monthly start dates and financial aid opportunities make it easy to jump in. Visit our website at www.skinscienceinstitute.com to schedule a tour and enroll now.
All right, welcome back, football fans. Getting ready to start our second half between Herriman and Lone Peak. The Knights with a 10-0 lead through 2 quarters of play. Matt Coe and Dave Harrison with you. Dave, we got a defensive battle on our hands here tonight between these 2 teams.
Yeah, a little bit surprised at how well Herriman has slowed down this Lone Peak offense. And of course, Herriman hasn't been able to do anything on offense because of the stout defense that Lone Peak's got. But somehow they've got to do something offensively to take a little pressure off this defense, and I'm talking about Herriman. They've been able to run the ball inside the tackles fairly well, but not consistent enough to put together a drive to go the length of the field.
So we're about maybe another 30 seconds away from getting ready to go here.
And he makes his college team commitment.
They got they're talking to, or recognizing the Pay brothers down on the field at the moment for Lone Peak. Of course, mentioned that Austin Pay going to announce where he's going to go play college football tomorrow. His brothers out there both going to BYU, or both currently at BYU or going to BYU.
Well, my money's on BYU then.
You would think, right?
Yeah, you know, they've got a long history of putting big tackles in the NFL. They've got one down there now, Braden Kime, who's a little bit taller than Austin Pay is, but kind of the same body type, same build. And I'll bet he ends up at BYU.
His other two options are Oklahoma or Oregon. He'll announce that tomorrow, 1:15. You can watch that on YouTube or 247sports.com. Check out Austin's commitment. Well, we got a minute. Let's look at some of the other playoff scores from around the state of Utah. We'll start with 6A. The team that would play the team that wins this one, the game between Fremont and Syracuse, a Region 1 battle. Fremont gets the win 28-20. So the winner of this game, Lone Peak would host Fremont here next Friday night. If Herriman wins, it's a trip all the way up to Plain City to go take on the Silver Wolves.
Yeah, Fremont's got a good team. Nate Tuatagaloa, the head coach there, fantastic coach, has done a really good job turning that program around. His son Manasseh is their quarterback. And Celeste Moa, Ben Moa's son, who played at the U, played in the NFL, is another fantastic weapon for Fremont. They've done a really good job turning that program around, and they could surprise some teams.
Other 6A scores, Corner Canyon handled Westlake earlier this afternoon. 56-0 the final score in that one. Got live scores going on right now. Lehigh is all over Layton, 47-6 in that one. Davis has a 28-10 lead over Mountain Ridge. Farmington American Fork, we didn't know which way that game was going to go up there in Farmington tonight. It's tied at 7 at the moment between those two teams. Riverton is the big one tonight. Riverton is at Skyridge, just down the road from us here at Lone Peak. It is 17-14 at the half in favor of Riverton. They get a fumble recovery for a touchdown in the final minute of the half, and they have a 3-point lead over the Falcons.
Yeah, that's a shocker. I would imagine Skyridge is a little bit upset, and they're gonna put the hammer down. But hey, it would be great for Riverton to finally win a playoff game. It's been forever, actually.
So we'll keep you posted on other scores as we go on throughout the night, but we're ready to start our third quarter here between these two schools. The Knights won the coin toss and deferred to the second half, so they will take the ball here first. They had no problem moving the football on the first drive. They got a short field of 18 yards. It took 3 plays to score a touchdown. It was Sean Wright from 23 yards out to make it 7-0, and then a field goal from Brecken Carr is the only scoring we've seen so far here tonight, as Mayberry fields that one in the end zone. Third quarter underway here, and it'll be a touchback as the Knights will start off, and we'll see Nia Matolu and this offense trying to get something going after stalling out on the red zone the last couple of drives.
You're gonna see what the conversation was that Lone Peak had in the locker room. Typically after halftime, all the coaches get together, they talk about what worked, what they saw, what they need to change. I expect you're going to see a little bit more downhill run. We haven't seen a lot of accuracy, at least not that we expect from Kepa. See how they start this second half. 3
wideouts with Wright in the backfield. First and 10, they'll fake the handoff. Niumato going to take a shot on first down, and it's too far for Mayberry. And incomplete. Everything's just sailed a little too much for Kepa here tonight.
Kind of the story of the night. Lone Peak's had a step or two on the DBs for Herriman, but they just haven't been able to convert those long balls. And so, second and 10 again for Lone Peak. We haven't seen Kepa run the ball.
He has not carried it yet tonight.
He's, I think, their third leading rusher. And they've got a lot in their offense that gives him a chance to read and keep the ball and run it. And they run a really great veer play where they pull a guard up inside of the D end and Kepa follows him, but we haven't seen that yet. So now they're in their deep pistol.
334 yards and 6 touchdowns in the regular season for Niumatolu as Tahi bounces it outside, and there he goes. No one's going to touch him as he goes 80 yards for a touchdown.
That time Herriman sold out to stop that inside zone. Everybody was inside. They lost contain. He did a fantastic job. Tahi did a bounce of that. Going the distance, just what the doctor ordered.
An 80-yard strike on the ground on the second play of the third quarter as the Knights extend the lead 16-0. Breckencar on for the extra point. And kick is up, and it is good, and it did not take long for the Knights to find the end zone as Tahi takes it the entire way there. 2-play drive and ends in 6 points.
And he did a really great job of bouncing that. He kind of had his shoulder pads square to the line of scrimmage and was able to keep his balance. He got stopped. Herriman did a good job of stopping that initial push, but they just lost contain. And anytime you lose contain with a running back that's got that kind of speed and that kind of balance, it's kind of a tough go. So Herriman now, they're a little bit behind the 8 ball. They've got to find a way to get some points on the board because they weren't able to really do that in the first half. We'll see if they stay patient, stay with what was successful for them in the first half, see if they can get something.
That was touchdown number 8 on the season for Tahi. Leads the Knights in that stat category as this one heads into the end zone for a touchback. Reminder that Lone Peak Football on the Rewind Sports Network is brought to you by Roofer Supply, your trusted partner with 8 locations across Utah. Take it to the top with Roofer Supply. Also brought to you by Tech 9. Tech happily with Tech 9, where Utah goes for custom software development.
From the 20-yard line.
So now an answer is needed for Herriman here as they're down 17. Their first drive of the third quarter. They got into Lone Peak territory on that final drive, but hasn't really had an opportunity to score here so far tonight. So they'll hand this one off to Bueller on first down, and maybe gets about 2.
Tough going inside there that time. Lone Peak did a really good job. They maintained their run fits. Linebackers came up, made a nice play. Leavaha made a nice play there.
Leavaha's kind of been all over the place tonight for Lone Peak.
Yeah, he's such a fun player to coach. He plays with a ton of passion. He goes hard. He never takes plays off. We used to have to rein him back in a little bit of practice because, as an offensive coach, you're always yelling at the defensive guys.
2nd and 8 here for the Mustangs is the read option. This one will be kept by Benson and navigates his way through near the 28-yard line. Should bring up 3rd and short.
Good read there. He kind of tried to bounce it at the end when I think if he would have just stayed north and south, he had a first down, but gets it to 3rd and short. Another good run there.
And Cooper Sosich.
I think if Herriman's going to throw the ball, they need to get the ball out quick. A 1 or a 3-step drop, nothing down the field. They just haven't been able to get over the top of these DBs for Lone Peak. Now they're looking like they got some man press, cover 0.
3rd and 1 here. The 29. Benson takes it and rolls. All the Knights are coming, and that one thrown across his body, incomplete.
Yeah, Lone Peak brought everybody that time. They pressed man, forced. They had a play call already to roll it out, but he needed to get that ball out quick. He had no time.
Yeah, the Mustangs are going to make a stand here. They're going to go for it on 4th down here.
Yeah, I agree with this. I mean, you're the underdog. You're down 3 scores. You haven't really been able to do anything offensively. You're betting that your guys can get you 1 yard.
Everybody near the line, 3 backs in the backfield with Benson here. 4th and 1, low snap. Benson's going to get blown up in the backfield as Cooper Sosich first one there, and it's turnover on downs.
Oh, that's so tough. Yeah, they had a good play call. They had numbers on this left side of the offense. Just not able to hold that snap. I think that one was on the center. That was low. And anytime there's a low snap or a wide snap or a high snap, it throws your timing off. When you're going for a 1 yard downhill run, you've got to get the ball cleanly.
So for the third time tonight, the Knights will start in Herriman territory. They started at the 18 and the 14-yard line. This one will be at the 24-yard line as the Knights look to blow this thing open. Pitch it out to right. Looking to get the corner, and he picks up 5.
Pretty good job by the safety coming downhill and making that play. It looked like there was nobody on the edge. The left tackle did a fantastic job, Pay, over there, sealing that edge, sealing the end. But Allemeyer did a nice job making a play there, holding him just to 5 yards.
Spot the ball at the 19-yard line for 2nd and 5.
19-yard line, 2nd down and 5.
9:33 and counting in our third quarter. We joined us late. Tahi, an 80-yard touchdown run on the first drive for Lone Peak. Looking to cash in on drive number 2 of the quarter. Fake the handoff, have a quick pass, almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of Braxton Hatch, and 3rd down.
They brought pressure off the edge that time. A little late picking that blitz off. They showed an inside blitz, ended up bringing him off the edge. And again, that's the second time Keppa's thrown the ball right to Herriman. They've dropped it.
So 3rd and 5 upcoming here. Familiar territory for Lone Peak tonight. They've faced a lot of 3rd and 4th downs deep in Herriman's end so far here tonight.
It feels like the whole game's been played right in this spot.
Only 10 points to show out of it for all the drives that they've had there, though. And we're going to get a timeout here called by the Knights.
Took too long to get the play in.
First charge timeout.
So we'll take the timeout, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds or so. 9:18 to go here in our third quarter here on KSL Sports Rewind.
At Skin Science Institute, we offer top-tier educational experience in aesthetics, including the finest facility, the most comprehensive curriculum, and a team of highly experienced professionals. We take pride in our fun and exciting culture to give our students a positive learning environment while training on the best machinery the industry has to offer. We ensure our graduates not only receive the best education, but also step into their careers with confidence thanks to our robust job placement support. Start your journey as an esthetician today. Our monthly start dates and financial aid opportunities make it easy to jump in. Visit our website at www.skinscienceinstitute.com to schedule a tour and enroll now.
Welcome back. 3rd and 5 here for Lone Peak. From the 19-yard line, fake the handoff, set up the screen to Cogswell, and it's going to be stopped at about the 18-yard line as Abercrombie got in there first. And it'll be another 4th down in the red zone here for the Knights.
That's a tough play to execute. You fake it, fake the handoff, kind of a half roll to the right, and then you come back and throw back to the left to a receiver coming towards the line of scrimmage. Defense did a nice job there, and the D-end almost got the ball.
So the Knights offense going to stay out there for 4th and 4 here. It's Brecken Carr 1 for 3 in that first half from field goal range. So the Knights offense will stay out there for this 4th down. Nematolu going to take a shot at the end zone. Open is Mayberry, but he overthrows it once again, and it's a turnover on downs as the Herriman defense holds once again in the red zone.
Another good job by Herriman. They held Lone Peak for probably 4th time inside the red zone. So they got to be happy about that, but they've got to come out and convert. And I can tell you this, Lone Peak's going to have plenty to talk about in film if they end up winning this game.
Yeah, that will be, as you mentioned, that's the 3rd time that the Herriman defense has held in the red zone tonight. So the Mustangs take over at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10. 3 wideouts to the near side. We'll send Jones in motion. As the Mustangs just trying to get something going as Benson maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Looked like he bobbled the snap there.
Yeah. Leah Odds have been back there again, too.
It messes up your timing so bad. You're supposed to run the mesh with the zone read. The ball's high, so then your back has to stutter and everything's off.
For the Mustangs.
2nd and 18. Again, 3 wideouts near side. Benson has time, finds Jones at the 20, breaks a tackle, and he's out near the 25. As nice little quick pass, good effort from Jones here on the near side. It'll be 3rd and short.
Nice job there, getting the ball out on time. Benson, good strong arm. He throws it well when he's got time and he can step into it.
He's not going to bounce like Cade Hansen.
Good job making a guy miss. So again, so we saw it 3rd and 1 last drive. See if they run the ball downhill this time or if they decide to throw it again.
The same situation, 3rd and 1 here for Herriman.
Oh, he wasn't ready.
And they'll hand it off. Bueller's going to be right at the line, and he gets enough for the first down.
Wow, that ricochet, he wasn't ready for the snap. Benson wasn't ready for the snap. It bounced off his chest. He just kind of tapped it. Running back caught it, picked up first down, just like they drew it up.
The snaps have been a little errant for Herriman tonight, but that one works out for him. They had the bad snap on the punt. That ended up not hurting the Mustangs as they missed the field goal on it. But 1st and 10 here for Herriman, 7:15 to go. Ball at the 29, Jones in motion. Knights rush 5. Benson open and caught. That's over on the far side. It's Isaac Owens with the catch. Or excuse me, Taylor Hatch.
I really like that concept where you run an outside slant. The number 2 receiver runs a bubble or a flare route to kind of hold that, to pull that linebacker out of that hole and then just hit the slant right in front of the corner. That's a good throw there. Herriman's got a little something going now. Let's see if they can keep the snaps clean. Keep picking up positive yards.
Gain of 13. That's the longest play from scrimmage tonight for Herriman. As they're out to the 42. Benson, option, pitches it out, and a ball came out. They see if they say it was out before he hit the ground or not. That was Tahi on the...
That was just a sweep with a crack block from the outside receiver onto the outside linebacker. Leava'a for Lone Peak got cracked, somehow got back up and just about recovered the fumble.
Gain of 2 on the option play, 2nd and 8. Gonna try it again. Now the pitch inside, and here comes Jones with some speed into Lone Peak territory. Gets pushed out of bounds at the end of it. Takes out one of the people here on the sideline.
Jones with a nice job there.
Jones. He picks up the first down.
Kind of that little. You see the Chiefs run that. That little shovel pass.
Gain of 23 there as the option's working for Herriman. Now Benson keeps it, and he'll slide at about the 29-yard line. The option working for Herriman here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, third time they've run that. The first time he pitched it outside, 2nd time he pitched it inside, 3rd time he kept it. See if they've got some sort of a play auction off of that.
Second and 5 from the 28. 3 wideouts near side.
No safeties. Bringing heat.
Everybody near the line. As they'll give it to Benson, and Stosic says no. First one there, and it's a loss of 2.
Yeah, it's 2nd or 3rd time we've seen Lone Peak bring everybody up to the line of scrimmage, press man with absolutely no help from a safety. They just have that much confidence in their DBs that they can play man coverage and get to the quarterback before he's going to be able to get the ball out.
2nd, 3rd down on the drive. It's 3rd and 8. 3 wideouts to the near side. Benson looks far side and goes backwards again, tackled out of bounds.
Bryce Benson with the keeper.
Right at about the original line of scrimmage.
And he stopped by number 34.
One of the refs took a shot.
Leava'a, the one that drove him out of bounds.
Cal's playing a really good game. I'm happy to see him thriving as well as he is here. He's all over the field, and like I said, we used to have to kind of put a leash on him in practice because he would just blow our offense up.
So another loss of 1, back-to-back losses for Herriman, and it'll bring up 4th and 9. And the offense looks like it's staying out there.
Maybe a little post wheel here. Or a little switch route.
Second time the Mustangs will have gone for it on 4th down this half. And we'll get a timeout called by the Mustangs.
And in reality, this is a big play for Herriman. They need to keep this drive going to have a chance to win the football game.
All right, we'll step aside and take the timeout as well. 4:48 to go in our 3rd quarter. Herriman facing 4th down when we come back. Welcome back. 4:48 to play here in our 3rd quarter. Lone Peak and Herriman meeting in the 2nd round of the 6A playoffs. Matt Coma, Dave Harrison with you tonight. We're getting down to crunch time here in the season. We'll be down to 8 teams after tonight.
Yeah, and this 6A field this year is really strong.
It's going to be a fun ride to the championship over the next couple of weeks, but Herriman facing 4th and 9 with the offense staying out. Need to get to the 23-yard line. Benson, pressures coming. Now throws, double coverage, tipped in, incomplete. And it's a turnover on downs as Benson just threw that one up, hoping someone was going to come up on the other end of it.
Mortallo was there. He was running for his life. Benson didn't have any time to throw the ball. He actually did have a receiver open on this near side, but when you don't have time to throw the ball, it doesn't matter who's open.
So for the 3rd straight drive combined between these two teams, it's another turnover on downs. 3rd time we've seen that in a row. And now Lone Peak comes back out on offense. 32-yard line is where they'll start, 1st and 10. 4:40 to go here in quarter number 3.
This is their downhill zone run formation.
Got one in the backfield. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication as it's dumped off to Tahi, who gets out of the first tackle and fights his way back to the line of scrimmage.
New Maui again for Herriman with a nice play, big sophomore. Yeah, that looked a little off there. Kept a turn to play.
He handed off and Tahi was already gone.
There was nobody.
He was already moving out to the right.
They just haven't looked as sharp as they've looked on film in some of the other games that I've watched.
Well, of course, both these teams had the bye last week for the 1st round. Most of the starters didn't play on offense against Westlake in the regular season finale for Lone Peak. So this one's handed off to Tahi. Breaks a tackle. There he goes again. Stays on his feet. This one will go for 68 yards. Another long touchdown for Tahi.
What a beautiful run there. Made a couple of moves in the hole, made the linebacker miss, and breakaway speed. What a great run there for Tahi.
With a nice touchdown, and of course
that gives him 148 yards on 2 carries for his touchdowns in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, a little bit of a stat stuffer. That's nice when you can pop a couple of big ones and get your numbers up.
Brecken Carr on for the extra point.
That Lone Peak offensive line starting to wear down that Herriman D-line. And Herriman's D-line's played a fantastic game.
So it's been the Sean Tahi show here in the 3rd quarter. He's got 2 long touchdown runs, and it's now a 24-0 ball game. With 3:46 to play here in our 3rd quarter. Want to thank some more of our sponsors. Lone Peak Football on the Rewind Sports Network, brought to you by doTERRA. doTERRA is a proud sponsor of Lone Peak Football. doTERRA's products help athletes around the world maintain the highest level of health and wellness. Learn more about how you can up your health and wellness game at doTERRA.com. Also brought to you by Black Desert Resort, remarkable within reach. For more information, go to blackdesertresort.com. And also by G2G Bars, helping busy people eat well when they're on the go. Fresh, healthy, and delicious. When you eat one, you'll know. That's G2G Bars. Find them in the refrigerated section.
Braxton Hatch and Stetson Jones back to receive.
So Carr will let this one fly. This will head into the end zone for a touchback. And we'll see Herriman back on offense.
Goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Still no points to show where they were. That was the best drive we've seen from them all night, as they were able to get into Lone Peak territory.
Yeah, that was a good job by the offense the last time Herriman was out. but they've got to somehow find a way to break one or make a big play, and that's a tough ask against this Lone Peak defense.
So the Mustangs will start at their own 20. 1st and 10. Both 10 touchdown drives in this third quarter for Lone Peak, Dave. 2 plays.
And they've kind of got back to what their identity is, which is run the football until you have to throw it. They threw the ball a little bit more in that first half than I expected, but they've got back to that run game, and it's paid off.
And out of the touchback, we have a timeout called by the Mustangs, their second of the half. We'll take the timeout as well. 3:46 to go, 24-0 here in favor of Lone Peak. Welcome back, 3:46 to go in our third quarter. Herriman 1st and 10 from their own 20. Jones goes in motion. It's Benson, checks it down, in and out of the hands of the receiver.
They had an 8-man box that time, 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers. And Herriman expected some pressure. Pretty good job there defensively by Lone Peak, although you got to catch the football. I mean, it hits you in the hands, you got to catch the ball.
That one intended for Toa Roberts that time. Brings up 2nd and 10. 4 wideouts this time for Herriman. Benson looks to that right side and completes the catch at the 25-yard line. It's Jones for a pickup of 5.
I love that play. I wish they had been doing it earlier. It's been there for most of the night. A lot of times you'll line up in that trips formation, and the middle, the number 2 receiver will have a safety that's 12, 15 yards off, and you run a little 6-yard stop route. There's nobody there.
3rd and 5 now for Herriman. 4 wideouts again. Send Jones to the near side. Benson stays in the pocket, throws behind Cooper Grundy, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I think he was expecting Grundy to throttle it down in that hole. Lone Peak was in his own defense. There was a void right there. He kind of just ran through it. Had he stopped, I think that's what the quarterback read, was trying to throw him open, and just was unable to execute.
So the Mustangs bring the punt unit on. As Riker Siddle able to corral that one. That one was a little high. It's a line drive kick. It's going to send Goff back. As Goff going to pick it up at his own 25. Gets out of the first tackle. Trying to get through the convoy. He's got through a couple more and out to the 45. Goes Landon Goff.
I don't think his special teams coach is going to say do that on a regular basis, because he had 2 of the Mustangs players right next to him when he picked that ball up. Had he not picked that up clean, that might have gone the other way. But he turned it into about a 25-yard return. A good job.
So Lone Peak back out on the field. 2:49 to go in the third quarter. This third quarter's been good to them. They've had 2 long touchdown runs from Tahi. The one other drive, they started in the Herriman red zone and turned it over on downs. So this time they'll hand it off to Sam Wright. And we got a flag back at the 45-yard line. He's got the first down at the moment.
Looked like Austin Pay just caught the arm of the D-end, and he did a great job. He kept his legs driving. He drove him about 5 yards down the field, but I think because his arm was hooked, they're going to call that as a hold.
I think given the explanation to Pay there.
On the offense, number 70, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
So back up the Knights 10 yards on the holding penalty. That'll back them up to their own 34-yard line. Or as it's been in the third quarter, Tahi's wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Has an 80-yard run and a 68-yard run in this half.
It's like those guys that you golf with and they can only hit 20-foot putts.
They'll send Mayberry in motion. As Keppa on the delayed handoff, and that's going backwards.
Really good job by 33.
Sam Wright, the ball carrier.
That's number 48 for the Mustangs. That would be Andrew Rose Porter with the tackle. Excuse me, number 49, that's Bo Traver.
They had a little delayed blitz there. I love that play call. Anytime you can get the D ends upfield, get some running lanes, those draw plays usually go for big yards. But that time with that delayed blitz through the A gap, he ran right into the play.
Loss of 4 on the play brings up 2nd and 24 now for the Knights. 3 wideouts for Niumatolu. Herriman shows pressure, and we get a flag. Delay of game is going to be the call here.
Good ball. Delay of game. Number 12 on the offense. 12-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down. Clock will start on the snap.
So 1:30 to go.
2nd down, 29. Knights.
They back up another 5 yards. They'll hand this one, fake the handoff, and connect with Staley out to the 35. As Staley had a couple drops in that first half, able to make his first catch of the 3rd quarter.
Little play action designed to hold that linebacker, bring him forward just a little bit so you can get that slant route in behind him. Good throw that time by Kepa. 3rd and long.
3rd and very long, 19. They need to get to the Herriman 44-yard or 46-yard line for a first down. They've got 4 wideouts on 3rd and long. Niumatolu is going to throw. Pressure's coming. Dumps it off to right. And gets through the first tackle and gets walloped over there on the far side. That'll be number 42. That'll be Timote Kinikini for the Herriman Mustangs with the tackle.
Nice job again there by Kepa, checking down to his back out. Another switch route where you just run your outside guys deep. He had the near side middle open for just a second, but he did a really good job. Wide open running back, picked up 16 yards or so. They're going to go for it on 4th and 6. They need to hurry. Only 5 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to.
They'll take their timeout. It'll be their 2nd timeout of this 3rd quarter. So timeout Knights will take the timeout as well. 46 seconds to go in our 3rd quarter. The Knights facing 4th down up by 24.
About more of our fantastic sponsors.
Welcome back. His final minute of the 3rd quarter. They're going to send the punt team out for Lone Peak here.
4th down and 6 for the Knights.
As Landon Goff will kick this one away.
Man, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I hate seeing a guy like Landon Goff as a punter because he could do anything from that spot.
It hits Goff in the helmet. He has no idea where the ball is. And it's going to be picked up by the Knights and brought down at the 27-yard line. As the Mustangs get a big special teams play, they'll start in Lone Peak territory.
Yeah, that was a good snap. The ball just went through his hands, hit him in the forehead, bounced straight in the air. Nobody knew where it was except Herriman, and so that's a big break for Herriman. Let's see if they can't capitalize. Lone Peak just feels like they're coasting a little bit at this point, and they, like I said, I think they're going to have plenty to talk about and film on.
So the best starting field position of the night for the Herriman Mustangs. They'll start at the 29, 1st and 10. Fake the handoff, throws near his side. It's going to be caught by Renteria. Gets through the tackle, and he's in the red zone for the first time tonight. And Renteria a little slow to get up after that tackle.
Benson completes 2 number 3.
Good job of waiting for his blockers that time. He made one guy miss. Got a great block from his left tackle.
Picks up 14 on that one, so first trip to the red zone tonight for Herriman. Trying to get back into this game. A touchdown would make it a 17-point game.
Same formation, other side, see if he does the same thing.
This one will hand off. Bueller has a little bit of room out to near the 10.
Bueller, the ball carrier.
And that should do it for our 3rd quarter. They may try to get one final play here. As the clock runs under 1 second, that'll be it. for our third quarter. So the Mustangs on the move, trying to get back in it as they're down 24-0, but knocking on the door. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes here from Lone Peak High School in just a moment. You're watching the 2024 6A UHSAA football playoffs here on KSL Sports Rewind.
Oh, yeah.
At Skin Science Institute, we offer top-tier educational experience in aesthetics, including the finest facility, the most comprehensive curriculum, and a team of highly experienced professionals. We take pride in our fun and exciting culture to give our students a positive learning environment while training on the best machinery the industry has to offer. We ensure our graduates not only receive the best education, but also step into their careers with confidence thanks to our robust job placement support. Start your journey as an esthetician today. Our monthly start dates and financial aid opportunities make it easy to jump in. Visit our website at www.skinscienceinstitute.com to schedule a tour and enroll now.
Welcome back. Getting ready to start quarter number 4 here at Lone Peak High School. 24-0 the score in favor of the Lone Peak Knights. Back home with Dave Harrison with you tonight. Reminder, tonight's game is brought to you by National Auto Plaza, where you can find the best deals on the best cars, trucks, and SUVs with our legendary $3,500 rebate. That's National Auto Plaza. Also brought to you by Taco Bell, where friends and flavor come together. Live Moss and enjoy the game. And by Rovin Capital, partnering in your peace of mind through planning and investment management. So a fortunate bounce has gone Herriman's way. They have 2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line, trying to get their first points of the night. As Jones again goes in motion. And Benson looking to the right, screen pass, and spinning his way down there is Taylor Hatch. Close to the first down.
Did a really good job, Hatch did, by avoiding that outside linebacker that was coming downhill hard. He made a nice play to get out of that.
So 3rd and 1 here for the Mustangs. They need to get to the 5 for a new set of downs.
Loaded box, man coverage.
Now we got a flag.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 74 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
That hurts. 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6 is a big difference. Big deal when you're down this close to the goal line.
So back up the Mustangs to the 11-yard line.
We used to love to run what we would call a bang 8 or a short post on the backside without safety help, and it looks like they've got that coverage. See if they decide to go to this backside man.
3rd and 6, handoff to Bueller, gets maybe 2 yards. As that's number 22, Cooper Stosich, once again with the tackle.
I like the call. I mean, you know, you're going to go for it on 4th down. See if you can't get 3 or 4 of those penalty yards back.
Got 2 of them back to the 9.
Mustangs.
Again, need to get to the 5-yard line for the first down. So 4th and about 4 here for Herriman. Benson to throw. Pressure coming. Throws the end zone too high and incomplete.
Pass ball's incomplete. And the Knights.
And it'll be turnover on downs for the Mustangs, and Lone Peak takes over.
Ran a couple little whip routes underneath. They had trips left. Trying to hold those linebackers, get him to bite, run that slant route behind him. He just overthrew him. He had him open. That's a really tough route to cover at the goal line. A quick slant or a quick post. But you've got to be able to get the ball there.
So the Mustangs turn it over on downs once again. Lone Peak takes over with 10:42 in our game tonight. Trying to close things out and punch their ticket to the quarterfinals. For Lone Peak, it'd be their 10th straight quarterfinal appearance if they can close it out here tonight as they hand it off to Wright on 1st down. And
looks like Staley's in a quarterback for Lone Peak.
Yep. Staley has some time at quarterback. Played most of the season last year for Lone Peak at the quarterback spot. As Wright picks up 8 on that first carry.
at this point in the game, I think if you're Lone Peak, you just want to keep the ball on the ground, get positive yardage on every play, and get out of here with a win.
Winner moves on to take on Fremont next Friday. That game will be for a spot at Rice Eccles as Wright gets a first down out to the 25.
The game is to number 6.
Tackled out there by Drayton Stilson.
He's stopped by Drayton Stilson. He picks up the first down.
Sione Moyaki did a really good job for Lone Peak on the offensive line. Got a pancake block.
Those first down markers are being moved.
It was a pickup of 9 for that first down.
They are on the west side of the field.
As the clock now runs under 10 minutes to go, and Lone Peak with first and 10.
26 years. First and 10, Knights.
Staley in the backfield with Sam Wright. Gonna fake the handoff. Staley wide open here on the near side, and getting is Aaron Park, and he's got the first down, able to stay with it.
Nice ball there. Got the ball out on time. Nice run after catch. Keep that clock running. Keep those chains moving.
Gain of 15 on that one as the clock now runs to 9 minutes to go. As Aaron Park, 4 catches going into this playoff game tonight, makes his first one. Here had that touchdown that would have happened in that second quarter, but got called back. 3 wideouts here for Staley, first and 10. They'll pitch it out to Wright. Looking for some blockers on that far side and gets out to the 46-yard line.
You got to take your hat off to the Herriman defense up front. They've really done a good job against a bigger, maybe the best offensive line in the state.
Brings up second down and 5.
Said the defense has been pretty solid for Herriman tonight. Just they haven't really found any points.
Yeah, other than those 2 big run plays here in the third quarter and the long ball, the long pass to that first drive, they've done a nice job.
Knights using up as much clock as they can. Play clock down to 5 here, second and 5. As Staley will hand it off to Wright, and that one gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Again, Nu'u Maui for Herriman with a really good job. He pushed his O-lineman into the backfield, forced Wright to bounce it a little bit, and Herriman did a nice job there defensively.
3rd down and 5 for the Knights.
3rd down and 5 here for Lone Peak. It's again just taking as much time as they can off the clock here. And it's now Sean Tahi in the backfield for Lone Peak on this 3rd down. And they'll fake the handoff. Staley looking to throw near side. It's falling down was Park. And it's incomplete.
Yeah, I think he probably saw Park fall and just was trying to throw that ball away.
That was Riker Siddall, the punter / defensive back for Herriman in coverage there. And now we'll see the defensive back / punter for Lone Peak, which is Landon Goff, who come out to kick.
See if Herriman puts pressure on the punter. Last time we had a bad snap with Lone Peak in their punt formation.
Got 8 at the line here for this punt opportunity. It's Goff, line drive kick. It's going to be fielded by Jones at the 23. Trying to make his way through. Gets out to the 35, picks up 12 on the return.
Not too bad of a return. Anytime you get a line drive kick like that, you want to get a little bit more out of it. And I think he felt like he kind of cut back into the teeth of the defense. He had some room to run on this one side. He had one guy to beat. Either way, pretty good field position for Herriman. Let's see if they can't somehow finish this season with a positive on the offensive side.
7:04 to play here tonight as Herriman gets set to come back out on offense.
From the 35-yard line, it's first and 10.
Still looking for their first points of the night. As Bryce Benson and this young Herriman team make their way back out.
Looks like Lone Peak's brought in some of their backup defensive players.
Benson gets 2 on the option play. That was
Benson with the keeper.
number
He's stopped by
44.
Zachary Dunn.
Zachary Dunn was the one that
Two
made the
yards
stop
gain
there.
on the play. Brings up second down and
I also saw
Mustangs.
Caleb Bradshaw in there as well, number 44. 4 wideouts here on 2nd and 8. Benson to throw. Quick pass is caught near the 43-yard line and pushed out of bounds. That's number 80, Peyton Wassam.
The easy fives, we used to call them that. Anytime you can just give me 5 yards, you take it. Good job there. Got the ball out on time. Good time. He had plenty of time to throw. Of course, he's not going up against the starters, but still, you have to execute to make the play work. Good job there by Benson.
Third down, pass far side. Looks like it's caught, and it is at the 48-yard line.
Benson completes to Cooper Grundy.
Cooper Grundy with the catch.
Picks up the first
And
down
it'll be
for the
another
Mustangs.
first down here for Herriman.
Second time we've seen them go to that where they just run. All 4 of their receivers run a little 6-yard stop
Now
route.
from the
He finds the guy that's got the
10, Mustangs.
furthest away defender and made a good throw.
First and 10 from the 48. Benson still throwing. Takes a shot far side. That one's too far.
Benson's
Intended
pass falls
for Renteria.
incomplete.
Kind of a quasi hitch and go there. Didn't really sell the hitch.
On the play, number 17, Dallas Anderson.
And then Benson was thrown off his back foot.
Had the pressure coming in his face on that one. 2nd and 10 here for Herriman. To go up on 5.5 minutes to go in our second round match.
2nd down and 10, Mustangs.
Benson back again.
Oh, I like
Right
that.
open is Hatch, and he's inside the 35. A
Benson
big pickup
completes to
for
number
the
3,
Mustangs.
Taylor Hatch.
They went
Picks
back
up
to
at 17.
that play we saw in the first half where you're getting your corners that turn and drop in a cover 3, and you just run a little slant behind that outside backer who goes with a swing route. Good throw.
Spot the ball at the 33-yard line, and we've got movement on the Herriman side.
Prior to snap, false start, number 76 on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
So back up the Mustangs 5 yards. Spotted back at the 38-yard line.
1st and 15, Mustangs.
1st and 15.
They don't have enough defenders on this side.
5:05 to go and counting. Benson with time now. Pocket breaks, and we get a flag flying as they'll take a shot for the end zone, and Hatch makes a great catch for the touchdown, but this will probably come back.
Number 3, Taylor Hatch.
Really good job that time by Herriman in their scramble drill. Instead of the first time we saw that, they all kind of just stood on their spot. That time, he did a nice job just running to the end zone, and Benson with a beautiful throw on the run. Unfortunately, it's coming back for Herriman.
10 yards from the previous spot. Remains first down.
So that's the second time we've seen a long touchdown get washed out by a holding call. Lone Peak had it in the first half. Herriman had it on that one.
First down, 25 to go for the Mustangs.
And after the false start penalty on the previous play, that holding call backs him up another 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 25 now for the Mustangs. Ball still in Lone Peak territory at the 48, but they need to get all the way down to the 23 for a first down. Send 3 wideouts to the left. Knights show pressure. Benson's going to get wrestled down.
Benson sacked by number 63,
Ethan Templeton is the first one back there for the big loss and the sack for the Knights.
Big play for the defense there. Lone Peak, just as Herriman felt like they were starting to get some momentum offensively, they give up that big sack. And you know, it takes a lot of courage to play quarterback, especially when you're playing against a defense like Lone Peak's. And Benson's done a nice job hanging in there. He's taken some shots. He's made some nice throws. See what they come up with 2nd and 38.
Second in Skyridge High School here is that one Good catch on the far side, but there's a flag down to the 45.
Benson completes to number 80, Peyton Wassam.
Peyton Wassam makes the catch. They got about maybe half of the yardage, but there's a flag down.
Probably a defensive hold typically in that spot.
Pushes him out of bounds. Penalty marker is down.
See what the call is here from...
Oh, it's against Herriman.
Pass interference on the defense, number 48. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Will remain second down.
So they'll get 15 yards of it back.
And really, that's about where the ball was going to be anyway, but with the penalty, they saved the down. So instead of it being 3rd and 23 or whatever it is, it's 2nd.
So they get to the 46 of Lone Peak now for second down as he's going to take another shot for Hatch, and it's broken up. Good defense there by number 47 for the Lone Peak Knights.
Again,
he hung in there. He knew he was going to take a shot. Put the ball up.
Number 47, Deoncom Lawrence defending on the play.
Brings up 3rd and long. Pretty good defense there by Lone Peak.
Brings up 3rd and 23 now for the Mustangs.
3rd down and 22.
They've been airing it out a little bit more on this, so taking more shots downfield.
Yeah, they've got a little bit more time to throw it.
Jones motions out near side. Pocket collapses. That throw too high for Jones and incomplete. And now 4th down.
Benson's pass is incomplete.
Thought they were going to get a hold there on this right tackle, but
Jones, the intended receiver. With pressure by
maybe it wasn't considered intentional, so he didn't throw the flag.
Joseph Adams.
So with 3:42 to go in our game, Herriman will most likely go for this one.
Yeah, why not at this point?
Need to get to the 23-yard line for the first down. 4th and 23 here.
Cover 4, everybody's dropping. You got a hole in the middle.
That one connects near side and out to the 35.
Benson's pass is caught by number 80.
It's a pickup of about 14, but it's not enough for the first down, and they'll turn it over on downs. And Lone Peak looks like they will be heading on to the quarterfinals for the 10th straight year, thanks to a very stout defense tonight for Lone Peak.
Yeah, they look fantastic. I think offensively there's some things that they need to clean up. Just a few passes that were a little high, a couple of things that they need to work on and clean up. And they're going to have a test next week with Fremont.
Yep. We mentioned Fremont got the win against Syracuse. They'll meet here at Lone Peak next week. As that one blown up in the backfield. Good defensive pressure from the Mustangs. 3.5 to go. We'll do another score update for you. The Davis Mountain Ridge game has gone final. 28-10 is the final in that one. So the Darts move on to the quarterfinals. Davis will take on the winner of Riverton and Skyridge. That one's still a close one. It's 21-17 heading to the 4th quarter in that one. Riverton looking for their first playoff win. Skyridge trying to get back to the semifinals.
Skyridge is solid, boy. They've got a good defense again this year.
Update from South Jordan. We've got Bingham up with 14-10 on Weber as gaining the carry for the Knights.
Senior gives to Max Shepard.
Max Shepard is the one that gets the carry. There's the backups are in for Lone Peak here.
Gain of 7 on the play. He's brought down by Luke Abercrombie.
And American Fork, 21-17 over Farmington. That one in the second half.
Kind of thought Farmington was gonna win that game, but I guess it's not over yet.
No, that one's still, that's in the 4th quarter. Got 7 minutes left in that one.
All right.
So
Dan Coates did a nice job turning that Farmington team around this year. They had a tough season last year, but
Farmington coming in as the 5 seed in the tournament as Staley calls his own number now to the 45 and picks up the first down. So as we look ahead at some of these matchups, now we know Fremont's going to take on Lone Peak here. I expect that it'll be another defensive battle. Fremont's got one of the best defenses in the state as well. So we'll see another defensive showcase here next week at Lone Peak.
Yeah, I like what they've done with Fremont this year. Great quarterback play, good receiver, good defense.
From the 47-yard line,
It's
first and
tough
10.
to go against
Nice.
a team that's as big up front as Lone Peak is on both sides of the ball. But I like Fremont's going to give them a good run for their money.
So the Knights in victory formation now as they'll kneel out the rest of this clock as a defensive shutout for the Lone Peak Knights tonight. They had the week off last week. The defense didn't skip a beat tonight. They say it was more of a bend don't break at some points here for Lone Peak, but all around just a solid performance defensively for the Knights.
Really great job up front. Mulatalo back did a great job. Calvin Liava played a really fantastic game. He was sideline to sideline making plays. I like this Lone Peak team. They're a fantastic team. They're well coached. Ever since Coach Bachman got here, 10, 11 years ago, he's really done a great job with this program, and they've always been well coached, always been a class team. You don't get a lot of stupid 15-yard penalties that you get with some of the other programs out there. So I like the way they do things up here.
So one final play to finish things off as Staley takes the knee, and the Lone Peak Knights advance to the quarterfinals, their 10th straight appearance in the round of 8, as they shut out the Herriman Mustangs here at home. Now punch their ticket in the next round. So Lone Peak does its job. It's been kind of the big four in 6A. Corner Canyon, Lehigh also did their part tonight. We'll wait to see how the Skyridge game plays out. But with those 4 teams kind of looking like they're going to converge at Rice Eccles in a couple of weeks here, where do you see the rest of the 6A bracket going?
All 4 teams are really well coached. All 4 teams are really talented. I think part of it's going to come down to who's the healthiest. I like this Lone Peak team a lot. I don't want to look past Fremont because I think Fremont's going to come down here and give them a heck of a ball game. Ed Larson of Lehigh, I think, is maybe one of the best offensive coaches in the state. He always does a good job there, and they've got a good program. Corner Canyon, they're a little banged up. They're my neighborhood school. And, Skyridge, I think if they run that quarterback, they're going to be tough to beat. So I couldn't say who, but I really like this Lone Peak team.
So Lone Peak gets the win here tonight. Who gets the game ball for you, Dave?
Ooh, Tahi.
It was my pick too. 148 yards combined on the 2 touchdown runs for him. The main difference here tonight, he got those 2 touchdowns in the third quarter to kind of put this one away for Lone Peak. He gets my game ball as well. Shout out to Landon Goff too. He had the interception in the first half as well, and the rest of the Lone Peak defense did a fantastic job tonight as well. So the season ends here for Herriman. They finished the season 3-8 and look forward to the 2025 season. For Lone Peak, they will be back here again next Friday night to take on the Fremont Silverwolves with a spot at Rice Eccles on the line next weekend. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's broadcast. Be sure to join us again next week for the quarterfinal round of the state high school football playoffs. For Dave and Doug, I'm Matt Coma signing off tonight. Final score, the Lone Peak Knights 24 and the Herriman Mustangs nothing. You've been watching the 2024 6A High School State Championship Tournament here on KSL Sports Rewind. We'll see you next week for the quarterfinals.
Good job, Cade Hansen and Sean Tahi.